And so here it is. And doesn't it look amazing? I'm really impressed, really blown away. And of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think of this bike in the comment section down below. Now, before I go through the details of the build and what it weighs on the scales, a massive shout out to Ride 24/7, my local bike shop here in Cirencester, that have done a superb job on building the bike. It's gone together really smoothly, and that's because they have the experience, the expertise, and all the right tools to make sure a road bike like this goes together really nicely. So definitely give them a shout out if you want a custom build like this, all the details down below. And while I'm saying thanks, a massive thanks to Giant for supplying the frame set, SRAM for the rival Etap access group set, NV for the foundation 45 wheels, and Pirelli for the brand new tubeless tyres, and of course a Zip for the handlebar and stem. So let's have a closer look at the parts on this bike, just in case you missed my introduction video, link above if you missed it, where I went through the idea behind this build. So we'll start with the frame. I plumped for a Giant TCR Advanced Pro disc frame, which is a mid-range TCR race focus frame, available rim brakes or disc brakes as we have here. I of course reviewed this bike in the Ultegra trim last year, which you might have seen. And I was so impressed with the performance, the handling, the speed, and the low weight of the frame for the money compared to other rivals in this space that really appealed to me. And of course, the colour in this frame set only option, which looks absolutely superb. A really almost custom level paint job here. Done a really nice job with the fade and the black logos. And Giants haven't always had the best reputation for paint jobs in the past, but if they keep doing paint jobs like this, I think that will soon change. So Giant TCR Advanced Pro disc frame, size ML with disc brakes, spacer wide tyres, and sensible external cable routing, which works for me. It means I can fit a normal stem and handlebar, not be tied into a bespoke one-piece handlebar and stem. And then we have SRAM's brand new rival Etap access group set. And the main reason for choosing this group set is to really put it through a long-term test to see whether all that performance you get from Red and Force is compromised in that pursuit of a lower price point, which this is offered at, much cheaper than Force and Red. And a big change is really not the technology in the shifting or the brakes, but the materials used, so aluminium rather than carbon fibre and other composite materials. So long-term testing is a plan behind this group set. And if you might have seen my video on the Force group set last year on a Trek Domani, I was really impressed with the ratios, the 12-speed, the smaller chain rings, and the arrangement of the sprockets on the rear cassette worked really well here. And then we have some very swanky NV foundation 45 wheels. Again, the reason behind testing these is to see whether that legacy that NV has for building really high-end, expensive, made in the USA carbon wheels translates to the same performance you want at a much lower price point these are now offered at. And we're seeing the price of carbon wheels come down a lot at the moment. So really keen to find out if these offer a good alternative to many other wheels in this sort of price point. So really nice looking wheels, 45mm deep rims, hookless, tubeless only, alloy hubs, bladed spokes, and hidden internal nipples. So a really nice looking set of wheels. And then Pirelli have supplied their race TLR SL, the tubeless only 28mm wide tyres, which are designed to the latest ET/RTO standards. And that means, in layman's terms, they go onto tubeless wheels with no faff or hassle or issues at all. Just normal track pump, they went up really well, as you can see in the video. So no problems there. Nice, fast, grippy tyres, durable as well, and pretty light on the scales. And then we have a Zip handlebar and stem, because Zip is one of the few companies that makes an oversized stem for the Overdrive 2 stereo tube on the Giant. And the handlebar is wrapped with some super cast bar tape, nice and squidgy and grippy without gloves, because that's my preference when it's sunny. And topped off with a 3D printed physique saddle, which the bike shop had kindly loaned me to try out. Looks pretty funky, can't wait to find out how it works when I get a few miles in. So that's a build. The weight of this bike without pedals for a size ML is 7.9 kilograms on the scales, which is pretty good, I think, for a rival equipped bike. It's reasonably high end with a frame, the wheels certainly, but a group set keeps the price down, but the weight does go up a little bit. But I'm not a weight weenie. I wasn't chasing weight with the build. Weight wasn't a priority. So sub 8 kilos, I think is pretty respectable. But what really matters is how the bike rides, and I'll deliver a bit of a first ride in my next video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see that. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed this build video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more behind the scenes of this bike and other bikes I'm currently testing. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching.